to the Gobby Gaffer, and in today's episode we have the final 3 games of my first season in charge of RC Lawns. The first of those will be the cup final in front of 81,000 fans, so really exciting stuff. And then we have 2 league games, and those 2 league games will determine whether we get some kind of flavour of European football for next season. We only need a point to get into the conference, but any more than that out of those 2 games, out of them 6 points, we could end up in the Europa League. So it's all exciting stuff. Let's have a quick look at how it's been going. So after the Reims game, the draw, which was the last one we saw on camera, we then played at Auxerre at home, beat them 1-0 at Anderson with a fine strike. Then we played another game at home against Nice, who were 3rd in the league at this point, and potentially a very, very difficult game. But we actually came out 2-0 winners in that one, with Sec and Cavallo scoring the 2 goals. Then we went away to Brest, and we had a 1-0 win in that one. A little bit of a closer game, that one. Clidio, the winger, getting the goal for us. Then we played FC Lorient at home. Cavalan came back into the team, scored 2 goals. We won 2-0, fine victory. And then weirdly we played Montpellier just before the cup final, and we get beat 1-0. And again, didn't look like we knew what a football looked like. Very, very bizarre stuff. But anyway, it is what it is. Like I say, today we've got the cup final. We're going to shoot straight into that in a second. And we've got these 2 league games. We'll have a look at the league table once the cup final is done and dusted. And hopefully we can come away with a little bit of shiny silverware. Who knows? It's a lottery. Let's get into the game. Well, welcome to the cup final. I've got, I can hardly hear myself. I've got 81,000 fans behind me, screaming their heads off. Anyway, let's have a look at the team for today. So I've decided to go for it a little bit today. I don't think there's any point in holding back. It's a one-off game. There is extra time. There's penalties. All of that malarkey if needed. So I'm going to go for it a little bit. I've got my wing backs on attacking. I've brought my 2 wingers, made them inside forwards to cut inside and try and support Cavalan up front. So hopefully we've got enough going forward now to beat Rennes. Rennes are a very, very good team, so we shouldn't underestimate them. So the team for today is Roryal in goal, back 4 of Cabal, Gattini, Magabane and Pembele, 3 in midfield of Vlasic, Anderson and Perrone. The 2 inside forwards today are Calidio and Sec, and we've got Cavalan up front. It would be nice for him to get a few goals today and win us the cup. That would be really nice. So I've had to hold a team meeting with the players, and I've not been allowed to say to them, "Come on, lads, we trophy. Can we win this and get ourselves?" No, I've not been allowed to say that. I've had to say to them, "Oh, there's no pressure on you today, lads. You're far too precious to put pressure on you. So there's no pressure. If you don't win it, then no disgrace." Football manager. Anyway, we're 25 minutes in. There's not an awful lot happening, if I'm honest. We did have a little bit of a highlight there at the beginning, but nothing happened, and it looks like we've given a penalty away. So it wouldn't be a big game in Football Manager without a penalty, would it? And generally the penalties go against you. So that will be awarded, yes, and we're going to go 1-0 down here in the cup final. This is going to be an uphill struggle now, because generally Football Manager in cup finals, they don't make it easy for you. And there we go, Rennes are beating us 1-0 in the cup final. There was a script, and it's running nicely to the script, isn't it? We've got all of this way, and we get done by a penalty. Okay, you just have to take these things on the chin sometimes. There's not an awful lot you do. And there we go, there's another just ridiculous pass straight to a Rennes player. Here we go again. I mean, the game is just so silly. I'm frustrated and bored with saying it, but it is just so silly. You know, you get these games where you just don't like, you don't look as though you've ever seen a football before. And of course our header goes straight over the top and doesn't hit the back of the net. Half time, stop whinging, dressing room, fleeing your ear. I'm going to say shooting's not been good enough. See if they can actually turn it on with a little bit of extra shooting. I don't know. We need to create something here. Things are not going particularly well. Can we win that ball in the air? No, we can't. Can we get a foot on the ball over on that side? No, we can't. Is that ball coming at the area? Yes, it is. It is headed over, but it's going nicely to the script at the moment. We've actually not even got off the bus. 54 minutes in, not got off the bus, not playing well. Okay, let's step it up a little bit then. Let's go attacking. So, Gattini at the back, the ball playing defender, and he's playing it to Vlasic. Can we actually start turning it on? There's a ball right over the top for Cavalan, who plays it to Set. Can he? Can Set? Yes! Set gets us back in the game. The flag is down. There's no rummaging going on. It looks like it stands. We're back in the game at 1-1. Nice little move this. For the first time in the game, we've got a highlight where we actually look like we know what we're doing. And a nice little side foot there. Past the goalkeeper. Set gets us back into the game. So can we actually get a winner in this game now? Can it go against the script? Can we have a game that goes against the script? But Rennes have the ball. They're playing the ball around now and just slinging the ball over onto this left-hand side. Somebody needs to get the foot on this. That was quite a good tackle, but we didn't come away with the ball. Sanchez is going to have a pop here, and he gets them back into the lead at 2-1. I mean, generally those go into Rosette, but not in the cup final, not when we're playing. So we've done well there, got ourselves back into the game. Now we're losing 2-1 again. Okay, a few changes. Got to do something a little bit different here. We've only got 20 minutes to try and rescue this game now. So I've taken Calidio off, wasn't having the greatest of games. So we've got two strikers on the pitch now, Cavalan and Carvalho. And Bailly and Saulo have come on in midfield just to try and get us a bit of young energy in there. Just see if we can do something. Sek has now gone to an inverted winger on attack. So try and get that ball to the strikers and see if they can get us back into this game. But I think the game is going to script, so and we're back underway. Nothing is happening really. Rennes have been very much on top in the game. Ball into the box, nothing happens with that. The ball comes out to a Rennes player and they're on the counter attack. So Mitrovic is coming away with the ball, sticks the ball forward, and he's going to put that in the back of the net, I would think. No. Our keeper makes a good save there, so it's out for a corner. The ball is at the wrong end of the pitch at the moment. Sanchez with the corner. The ball is swung in. Okay, come on, Roriel, you need to get us moving quickly. We need a goal here to get back into the game, which we've really never looked like winning, to be honest, and the game is just petering out now. We do get a final highlight probably here. Cabal with the ball, plays the ball over the top to nobody. Again, it's an important game again, and we're just looking like we've never seen a football in our lives. I seriously don't know what the AI does in these games. Well, I do. Well, it's probably not. I suppose I'm not really allowed to say. I mean, I wouldn't mind getting beat. Fine, it's a one-off game. Fine. If only we'd played really well and you know, we'd given them a game. But again, it's another one of those games. We just don't look like. Yeah, we don't want to see that. I mean, the AI has screwed me again there, I'm afraid. So. Unacceptable. You couldn't bring the trophy home, and you can look frustrated if you want. We don't want to see them lifting the trophy. That is quite disgusting. We get all the way to the final, all the way. PSG are out, Monaco are out, and the AI won't let us have a kick of the ball. I mean, what is that all about, other than screwing with you? So frustrating, so frustrating. Okay, we move on. As frustrating as that is, we have got 2 league games now to play. So if I just show you the league table. So we've got 2 games to play now. We're playing teams in 11th and 12th. They've got very little to play for this season. other than, you know, a bit of end of season pride, I suppose. But so it's Lyon and Strasbourg that we're playing. We played 32 games. We're on 56 points. By my calculation, I think because Rennes have won the cup, I think that the Conference League, we get an extra position for that. And just looking at the situation here, I think we are actually guaranteed, although it's not saying anything. I'm not quite sure about that. I mean, I suppose, to be honest, it's goal difference, isn't it? If you look at we've got 6 points there over Montpellier, who beat us 1-0. We've got 6 points over them, but they could actually get the same number of points as us. I think we're just going to we need to play at least one of these games to see where we're sitting. I mean, if we can get 3 points possibly out of this next game, potentially we could be in the Europa League. We're just going to have to play the games, I think, and see how it goes. So with that, we'll see you in the dugout, the home dugout for the game against Strasbourg. We'll see you very shortly. Well, let's see if we can guarantee some flavour of European football for next season. The team is Roryl in goal, back four of Cabal, Argiolas, Magabain and Pembele. The midfield three today are Saulo, Mbaye and Bohinen. You've not seen an awful lot of him, but after the cup final, virtually every player was worn out. So I'm having to change the team today an awful lot, which I think is probably the writings on the wall in this game. But anyway, so the two wingers are Charon and Menino. We have no Calidio or Sek today. And Cavalan is the lone striker. And the game kicks off. Now, I know one of two of you might be looking at the way I set up for the last game against Rennes and maybe, you know, sort of disagreeing with my tactic and the way I set it all up. But what you haven't seen is the games that I played off camera. I mean, look at this again, giving the ball away here. Straight in the back of the net. Okay, I'll carry on. So what you didn't see was that in the games that I played off camera, we actually struggled really badly in that game. The AI made us look like a team who had never seen a football before. Just like that, you've just seen there, we passed the ball to a blue shirt when there's loads of players round to pass to. Sometimes the game plays like, I don't know, the game's a buffoon sometimes. I've no words for it. So what I did in those games was I converted my wingers to inside forwards. I made the wing backs bombing on around them. And I set up that exact tactic that I started the cup final with. And we have actually got one back. So Cavalan gets his 19th goal of the season. So when I'd made those substitutions, those tactical changes, then we looked like we started playing and we nicked a goal or we nicked 2 goals. So I thought, okay, it's a one-off game. What better way to start the cup final than in the way that the AI was letting us play in the previous games? But of course, like I say, because of the script, the AI then says, no, we're not going to let you play like that in the final. So we end up getting beat, and that shiny silverware that was there, it was just within touching reach, wasn't it? We'd done so well, snatched away. No shiny silverware. Anyway, let's get back to this game. Explanation's over. So we're letting the player there run right through our defence, and the ball is picked up by the keeper. Half an hour on the clock, it's 1-1. I think 3 points today would definitely guarantee us European football next season. And I think it would be Europa League. And I think maybe with one, and Menino is now injured as well, I think with 1 or 2 extra signings, I think we might be up for the Europa League. And Cavalan has slid that ball in the back of the net really nicely. So we're actually 2-1 up now. Maybe my pessimism about a script and all that kind of thing, maybe it's a little bit unfounded. That was a lovely ball there by an injured Menino up to Cavalan, who just rounds the keeper, coolly slides it past him. We're 2-1 in the lead, just coming up to half-time. As we all know as football fans, great time to score. Just before half-time, just after half-time. Absolutely brilliant. But we do get another highlight. So Magabain to Argiolas, who gives the ball away to a blue shirt. So this is probably going to end up in the back of the net. Oh, and it goes into Rowe's head. So we got away with one there. We're certainly not playing that slick passing football that we are known for and that you've seen quite a lot of times. I'm going to say I'm delighted with your performance. Keep it up. So we're 2-1 in the lead. Cabali's looking really tired at the moment, so we maybe do need to make a sub there. And we've just given the ball away. But we have won it back. Ball through there for Cavalan. Can he slide that in? No. He just slides it into their keeper's arms. Ziggy, their goalkeeper, Ziggy, slides it into the goalkeeper's arms, and the chance is gone. Okay, half an hour on the left on the clock. I have brought Sek on. I think he can do half an hour in the game. Menino was injured, so although he provided a great pass for that goal, taking him off, Sek's come on. And the rest of the changes are all in defence. So Gattini's come on at left wing back. Magobane has moved out to right wing back or right full back. And Zuma has come on for one of his very last appearances for the club. And he's come on at centre back. See if we can hold on to this lead. So we do have a highlight. The changes have not gone through yet. Lovely ball forward there to Cavalan. Cavalan, he's gone very, very wide with this. That should be in the back of the net. Oh, Solo. Now, come on, lad. You're meant to be a prospective superstar. What's going on there? 20 minutes of the game left. We're still winning 2-1. Another highlight for Strasbourg. The keeper hoofs it out, but it's come straight back out of Sek. Sek, lovely ball through the middle. I didn't think anybody was going to run on for that then, but Sharon did. And Cavalan puts the ball in the back of the net for 3-1. And surely the points are wrapped up now. And surely, let's have a quick look at the league though. Let's just have a quick look at the league. Surely we now get Europa League football for next season. Okay, pause the game, just have a look at the league table. I'm still not quite sure how this works out. I have looked at it a few times in the rules to see what positions, but there has been an extra position added, so I'm not quite sure how that works out. But we're actually in 4th place at the moment with 59 points, which, I mean, don't get me wrong, that's an immense achievement. But as far as European football goes, I'm not quite sure whether that isn't Champions League qualifying stage. I'm not sure, but we are winning this game, and there's one game to play. Nice are in 5th position. Marseille can't catch us now. So it's between us and Nice for the 4th and 5th positions. But let's play this game out now. And we're coming towards the end of the game. 4 minutes of time added on. It's full time. We've won the game 3-1. And that is amazing. And maybe now we might get an email or something to indicate what's happened. Right, okay, that's about as comprehensive as it gets. It didn't look that way at times, did it? But we eventually got the result. So there we have the email. We have actually qualified for the Europa League, but I think it does say in there that because of the position that we're in, we could qualify for the Champions League playoff stages. Another game to play, another vital game. We'll have to see. So do we think it's a good thing for RC Lens to get into the Champions League? As we saw with the SC Cambuur, the Champions League is a very, very difficult competition. I'm not saying the Europa League isn't. There are some good teams in there. But you get these 8 games where you're pitched against at least 4 top teams. The PSGs of this world, the Bayern Munichs, the Manchester Cities. And with the best will in the world, I think RC Lens are a better team than SC Cambuur without a shadow of a doubt. But I'm not quite sure at the moment. I mean, obviously that's where the money is, but you only get that money if you win games. I'm not quite sure how the money works in the Europa League. Anyway, having said all of that, that's a lot of waffling, and I think we just need to get into this last game now. So we'll see you in the dugout, and this last game will determine what flavour of European... We know we're getting European football now, but what flavour of European football we get is determined by this last game. So let's get stuck into it. Well, welcome to Lyon for the last game of the season. The team for today, we're back to a full strength team, which is nice to see, although to be fair, quite a lot of the second team, if that's what you want to call them, in the last game did really well, so, you know, all credit to them. Anyway, the team for today: Roriel in goal, back four of Cabal, Argiolas, Gattini and Magobane, midfield three of Vlasic, Anderson and Perrone, the two wingers Calidio and Sek, behind Cavalan up top. And we're underway in this game, and just keep an eye on the league table just to see what the result does to the league position. We're actually still in fourth, obviously, until something different happens. So Calidio with the ball, Cabal, Perrone sneaks the ball into the bottom of the net, and that was a lovely shot on the turn. And we do go a 1-0 up, which is a little bit surprising, if I'm honest. Calidio just slides that ball back to, and Perrone just swings on that ball with his left foot, and their keeper had no chance. So I'm a little bit surprised to be 1-0 in the lead. I think Nice are winning as well. There's still the 1 point in it. No, actually, we have 62 points now, and Nice have 59 points. So there's 3 points in it at the moment. But there's still a lot of this game to go. 20 minutes on the clock. The ball's over the top. Veron, he's going to... I thought he was going to side foot that then. Those are usually cert goals when they side foot them to the oncoming striker. But he had a go himself and wasted the chance. Incoming corner. The ball comes out to a white shirt. He's going to slide that ball over. And the ball goes over the top and into, well, I think that was like row C, wasn't it? But well over the top of the bar. Half an hour on the clock. And Lyon have the ball again. They're coming at us. Nice tackle there, though, by Anderson. Argiolas. Ball out to Calidio. Up the wing? No, he's not going to go up the wing. He's pulled it back inside. Anderson. Back to Argiolas. Vlasic, not great there from Vlasic, gives the ball away, but we do get the possession back. Calidio with the ball again. What's he going to do with this? Can we get it over our right side? It's very congested. Over the right side. No, we failed again, and we've given the ball away again. I can see this coming back now to bite us, and it's going to be 1-1 if we're not careful here. We've left a player over there, and the keeper makes a brilliant save. Roriel actually is looking like the keeper that I thought he was going to be. He's making some brilliant saves at the moment and keeping us in games. So that's headed out by our defence, but it's coming back at us again. We do need to get a foot on the ball here and just maybe slow the tempo down a little bit. In fact, I think that's exactly what we're going to do. We're just going to tell them to just slow the tempo down a little bit. Maybe make the passing very short as well. And maybe a little bit of time wasting as well. Let's just go into a little bit of time wasting. I know it's in the first half, but we just need to kind of get control of the game again and just make sure that we're winning 1-0. Make sure these points are in the bag, and that does seem to have done the trick. We do seem to have held on to possession a little bit better. But we need to not, you know, just nice short passing, play it to feet. And we've given the ball away again now. That's a little bit unlike Cabal. That he's normally very good at those kind of balls. But, oh my word, and Cavalan is gifted a chance there and doesn't put it away. Okay, we're going to say we're delighted with the performance. Always give them a pat on the back. The one thing I've learned about Football Manager is always pat your players on the back when they need it, and never put anything on to, never say to them, we need to win this. Never put pressure on your players. Always say what the board wants to happen, which is a mid-table finish, so we don't put any pressure on the players. 20 minutes left in the game, 4 changes. I brought Saulo and Bailly on in midfield just to give us a little bit of that young energy again, and the rest of the changes are all in defence. So Gattini has gone to left wing back, which is a usual switch that I make. Zuma has come on for his final appearance. hopefully we can come out with a win here and he can get applauded off the pitch at the end. So a nice send-off for Kurt Zuma, and Pembele has come on at right wing-back stroke full-back. And we come back to a highlight. Cabal into the penalty area, the ball's in the back of the net, and Cavalan gets his 22nd goal of the season. It's a strange one, this, because before I signed Cavalan, Carvalho was going to be my striker going forward. He actually looked really good. He was banging the ball in the net. And this season, he's not, although to be fair, he was injured at the beginning of the season, but he's not really had a look in. And definitely Cavalan is the player going forward. He's now a French international. He's banging the goals in for fun, and he looks lethal in front of goal. So we're 2-0 ahead now. We're coasting into that 4th position. So we are actually going to be in the Champions League. I'm actually pinching myself a little bit here. I'm not quite sure what's going on. So as the players walk off for the final game of the season, there's the league table. We actually did finish in 4th, which is a Champions League qualification spot. I mean, I don't know. If we'd have played like we played in those last 2 games in the cup final, we would have had some shiny silverware. I can't complain too much. I mean, let's face it, if we have a look at the board expectations at the beginning of the season, and the board, well, when I say beginning of the season, when I took over, because I took over and I think it was November I took over, but the board expectations on my contract were to finish in mid-table. We've passed that with bells on. Reached the latter stage of the French Cup. We got to the final, passed that with bells on. And I'm an A+. Summarised, the board feel you're doing an unbelievable job. You're clearly the right manager for the job. And I'm virtually passing everything. The only criticisms, obviously, I mean, I'm very critical of that. We didn't win the French Cup, which I think we should have done. And they were concerned about the 1-0 defeat against Montpellier, which is the last game I played off camera, and we got beat 1-0 in that game. Let's have a look at what the supporters think. So they're, I mean, so the supporters are disappointed that we weren't competitive against PSG. Who is competitive against PSG? Come on, you know. We're not Manchester City or Bayern Munich. We're RC Lens. Let's get realistic. Anyway, overall, the supporters are really, really happy as well. And so am I, to be quite honest. And in the end, okay, we'll put the cup final to one side now. I know I was a little bit down about that. Well, I was a lot down about that, to be honest. But we have actually qualified for the Champions League. And, I mean, that's where the big money is. You need to win games, obviously, to get those 2.4 millions coming in. But we'll have to see who we're drawn against. Obviously, we're going to be a very, very, in a low category. You know, our seeding is going to be very, very poor. But we're just going to have to play the teams that are put before us. Hopefully, we can get some money in, because the bank balance is looking worse and worse by the day. Anyway, I'm aware that this episode is rather long. We played 3 games. I've waffled quite a bit, as per usual. But I would like to squeeze in now the end of season review, because the next episode will all be about transfers and tactics and what we're going to hopefully do next season. And obviously we are now in the Champions League, so we'll have qualifying games to play, so that the next episode is going to be really, really exciting. Not that this episode hasn't, but it's a very exciting period in the history of RC Lens. But before all of that, we all know what time of the season it is. Yes, boards are set, but the board is setting the initial budgets. Let's have a quick look, shall we? So you're seeing this as I'm seeing it. I have no idea what's going to happen here. We could get 5, I mean, bearing in mind the finances are awful. We could get 5 million, we could get 40 million. I literally have no idea. So let's have a quick look. Okay, it's even worse than I thought. So we've got a wage budget of 750,000, which is actually less than I finished the season with, and a transfer budget of 1.61 million. What am I meant to do with 1.61 million? Answers on a postcard. Okay, that's not great, is it really? When I've got to build a Champions League squad. That's not great at all. The squad at the moment is quite small, I have to say, because of the players who wanted out and wanted to leave. Okay, I did mention the fact that they were getting on in years, and I wasn't too bothered about them going. But trying to bring in quality replacements, and bear in mind, European rules, I've got to bring in some French players as well. It's not easy, and 1.6 million transfer budget makes it even less easy. Let's have a look at the season review. Okay, scratch that. No season review. I think there must be a glitch in the game. I've not been offered. I've gone to like the middle of June and there's no season review being offered, so we're not going to get to see one. But tell you what, let's do our own season review. We were expected to avoid relegation. We were expected to finish mid-table with bells on. We weren't expected to get in the Champions League. We've done that. So I think, all in all, Gobby Gaffer's season review, we've done amazingly. Yeah, I know I've moaned and groaned and had a bit of a whinge, but, you know, anybody who plays Football Manager will have had a moan and groan and a whinge multiple times. We all do. Anyway, we'll see you in the next episode when the new season starts. I'll have control of the team right from the beginning of the season. Hopefully we'll have made a few transfers with 1.61 million. Not quite sure where they're going to come from, but we'll have to see. I'll have to do a little bit of wheeling and dealing, maybe a few free transfer players. I don't know, I'm not quite sure. Anyway, if you've enjoyed this episode, please give me a like. If you're new around here, it's all the usual. Spread the word, help the channel to grow, all that malarkey. And as usual, if you like your Football Manager played the Gobby Gaffer way, then why not come back? And next season's going to be really exciting because, like I say, we're in the Did you know? I've said it that many times, but I'll say it again. We're in the Champions League next season. Come back and see us in the Champions League. We'll see you for the next episode.